Hello, it's day 2 of 30 Inks, 30 Days. I am Simone, and I am going to pick an ink that I have pre-selected. So there's 30 ink names in this box. I picked them by what I was feeling at the moment. Some of them I haven't really been brave enough to try, and so just using them for one day takes away that scary thought, and I'm able to use them. So here's all the inks that I have picked, and then I'm just gonna do this, pick one and see what this is. I find this so funny. So this is 12th Night. It's an Atlas exclusive by Wearingeul. And it's another light shimmer ink. Just one, I just had one yesterday. And I am pick another one. So let me put this away. Let me grab the ink from here. It is, where would it be? This is your, it might be a blue, yes, here. There. So it's almost it's a pink ink with blue shimmer. Yesterday it was a blue ink with pink shimmer. That's cool. Putting all of this away. I need my fountain pens. And so I already used my joker yesterday, which was a broad-nibbed Benu. And it worked really, really great. So now let's see what I can do to make this ink work equally well. I'm still in August, and I am not so sure. Oh, you know what? How about this one? That's also a broad. I mean, I can't use all the broads on these, but this one could be a good one as well. So what I'm trying to say is it is still August. I still have my August pens inked, so some of them are not available. This is what I currently have available, and it is clean right here. These 4 don't fit in here well. So I have them on the side, and this is what I have been, what is clean and usable. But I think I'm gonna use this one. Yes. Yes, that's a good plan. I'm scared to put shimmer inks into the Lamis, and I'm also quite scared to put them in here. I shouldn't be. These are not super expensive pens. These are more so, but I'm sure they will have their chance at it as well. So putting this away, and giving myself enough room to do all the things. So how did I do this yesterday? If you watched my video yesterday and you saw that I am transcribing banned books, I'm not really sure if I talked about why I'm doing this, and I thought maybe that I would touch on that while I'm doing all the things. So I am white, privileged. I am not American, or at least not American born. Why is this always still so colored when I'm, now it should work. And I am privileged enough to be able to film videos and not have to go work all day long. I'm just setting you up for why this might interest me. And I am someone who believes that children, teenagers, and young adults need to be able to make their own choices on what book is right and what book is wrong. And I especially think that by taking away something that you don't think is appropriate for them, you make it even more intriguing and interesting to them than if you just hadn't said anything. I'm not saying that I don't want young adults, young human beings to read any of the books that are banned, but I'm also saying that something becomes more interesting the less you as a parent, as a responsible adult, want your children to do it. First of all, I have been affected by my children, one of them, reading books that I didn't think were appropriate at the time. And it went over okay. We talked about these things, and what I needed to make sure was that they read more than just the first book in that, I think it's 4-book series, because in the first book of that series, the romantic relationship is very male dominated and it is not healthy. And so I wanted to make sure that they experienced not only the first relationship that was described in that book series, but the others as well. And my child read this book when they were, I think, not even 14. And I had brought those books into my house. So it was my own fault. And I'm still okay with the fact that they read the books at the time that they did. But I know the feeling that you get when you think, oh, I don't think that that's the right book for you to read now. And I still let it happen, and it worked out okay. Another thing is that one of my family members is LGBTQ+, and I want young people to be able to find stories in books that they can relate to. I want them to see. I'm not afraid of them getting wrong ideas, because I do not think that this is how we all are wired. I think that if something is inside of you, and you read a book, you see, and it's not just books, it's also movies, documentaries, YouTube videos, anything. You see a newspaper article about something or someone, and then you notice, yes, this is me. That's why I've been feeling like this for such a long time. And I think it's good. And it's the same thing if your child is super shy and they read a book about a shy child in school. They can relate. They find solutions. This is what I want every child and teenager, young adult to find in stories, that they find relatable content. And if we take away everything and just leave the nice and things that are not hard for them to read, they will never grow as human beings. And so this is my firm belief, and that is why I am, first of all, reading that article, and by transcribing it, I am internalizing it. I'm understanding what it's all about, and I'm also going to read the books that are banned, because I think if people think that they are dangerous, then there must be something for me to learn. So I have the pen. The only thing that I still need is a cartridge, which I think I'm going to use this one. And I need this one. And if you do not agree with me, that is totally fine. I accept that we are different, that we might think differently. I believe that my children understand when something isn't for them. And I've tried to raise them as responsible human beings and to understand when something is good or not good for them. And by letting them choose from every possibility and not taking away options, I'm also trusting them to make the right choices, you know. So that's where I stand. I'm growing them roots, and I'm also trusting that they can use their wings. So if you're not in agreement with me and this is a problem for you, you are most welcome to unsubscribe from my YouTube channel, to unfollow me on all social media. I'm doing this because this is a way that I can support my family member, that I can support the greater community with my influence that I have, and hopefully raise awareness to this issue. And so that's why I chose this. It's personal interest, it's personal to me, and I think that I can do something to support, in support. So there's where I stand, and this is what you get. So how long will it take until this comes out? We don't know. Maybe what I will do is dip this. There's someone outside talking. Can they just shut up? So I decided to put this back on the back and the front, but I'm not sure that this will represent the ink well. So I have to no, I'm not rethinking it, but maybe I will put the ink below and swap it out front and back so that I can see the ink swatch better. Don't know yet. So the pen that I chose for this ink is a Kaweco Sport. It has a double broad nib. This pen was gifted to me by a YouTube viewer. So the ink is Wearingeul. Atlas. I'm just gonna write Atlas. And the ink is 12th. Oh, look at this. There's a spelling mistake. 12th night. The pen that I'm using is Kaweco Sport in frosted coconut, and the nib width is double broad. And if I look at this nib width and look at this nib, I don't see much of a difference between the writing here. So I can already say that, number one, this is a light pink ink, and I'm not sure that this is something that I enjoy, but I will do my transcription project with it and see how I feel after writing a full A5 page with this pen. I have sold all my Kaweco pens, but this one now. And so, yeah, I haven't really used them much in the past. All right, I will be back with a review of the pen and ink combination and what I have written right here. See you then. Okay, so I also wanted to tell you how this experience went, this experiment. Let me tell you what I wrote. Okay, so this ink is very light when writing. It also seems to be quite dry, or the shimmer is disturbing the flow. It feels like stepping on a brake while at the same time trying to accelerate. Now it even stops. So is it clogged? I don't know. When writing, I would have to prime the feet multiple times in order to keep the writing legible. Let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm writing, then it gets lighter and lighter, the line gets thinner. I will open the pen, I will press the cartridge until the ink, I can see the ink up here, then I will release the pressure, and then this is what it looks like. And then it starts out really strong, and then it kind of starts to disappear again. Here, it was really bad, so I did the cartridge priming thing again, and then it worked all the way to the bottom. However, here, this is what I wrote after, so this is what I wrote after this. It stopped completely. So I was able to unclog it with the cartridge priming, but I also basically ruined my cartridge by doing that. This might not have happened had I put it in a different pen. I thought I was safe by putting this in a double broad nib. However, I was wrong. Yeah, what I wrote was, I guess this combo is meh. I noticed that by using this ink, I just don't like these dusty baby pinks. I know there's people who really love these kinds of colors, but they don't like this pink. They like more this, in German we would say old pink, old rose, that's the name, Altrosa. Like Teranishi Opera Rose. So this is not leaning towards orange at all. But yeah, I don't care for this color at all. This is just not my jam. So I'm not interested in trying this in a different pen. I'm glad I did try it now. So now I know what the hype is all about. This ink is not for me. All right. This is all I wanted to say about day 2. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. I completely forgot. The shimmer is only visible when there is a lot of ink on the page right here, like this line here. But everything else looks kind of bland.